Hello my dear friends, and today we continue to talk about ruler of the third house in different houses of horoscope. Ruler of the third house is responsible for all the topics of the third house, which is communication, how we speak to people, what people are around us. So it's our everyday communication, our everyday commuting. Also, it shows our early years of study. I mean, it's secondary school, not high school education, but elementary and secondary school. How we are learning information, how we are able to learn and pass information further on. So all this, like our intellectual capacity and people who are around us for everyday communication. It can be neighbors, it can be relatives, it can be friends, colleagues, classmates, or whatever. So people, everyday contacts. This is all third house of horoscope, and ruler will show you through what house, these energies, these things will happen in your life. Okay, ruler can be any planet of 10 planets that we are considering in Western traditional astrology. So it depends on the sign where your third house of horoscope starts. Okay, today we will look at two positions: ruler of the third house in the 8th house of horoscope and ruler of the third in 9th house of horoscope. Okay, ruler of the third house in 8th house of horoscope. 8th house, it's a Scorpio's energies, and you know what are the most important topics there, It's Scorpio energy, so it's never easy. It will be always drama. It will be always conflicts. It will be always testing you, How good you are, how strong you are, cutting the shit out of your life or whatsoever. So if we are talking about contacts and people around you, what it means? That people around you, they are kind of like a factor of conflict for you, a factor of crisis. They are instigating this or that crisis, this or that unpleasant situation for you. So you can't afford just normal contacts, just like for blah blah blah, or making polite conversation, or some kind of superficial acquaintances or whatsoever. You can't afford this, because your energies around you, like all the people around, they are bringing you something really difficult that you're supposed to, make an effort to go through, like through crisis. So they are factor of drama, they are factor of crisis. That's why you are cutting all the unnecessary contacts from you. You just cut them off and you contact people. You communicate only to those who are kind of useful for you, okay? They might be useful for work, they might be useful for any other matter, but you can't communicate lightly or for any other reason. Just the people who are useful for you. You know why? Because I just explained why, It's not that you're a bad person or something. No, these are the energies around that making you doing this, okay? And everything, even shit aspects, even shit positions of planets in House of Horoscope, etc. It just shows that these are the battles your soul have chosen to go through, lessons to learn for your soul in this life, because everything that we're supposed to go through is mapped in our natal chart, and you signed for this, okay? Your soul needed this for its next spiritual development. So yes, it's hard situation, because crisis will be everywhere, in everyday contact for you, It's good when ruler of the third house with good, at least, aspects from other planets. In this case, you might get inheritance. Yes, it will be a lot of paperwork because of this, but at least you have inheritance, Also, what good can be here? All the conversations you are making, they're supposed to be meaningful. You are not talking like blah 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 about weather or whatever. You are talking only meaningful things, okay? So cut the shit off, just speak business. That's who you are, yeah? Well, what else? Nasty situation here. It doesn't matter what aspects can be here for your rule of thought in 8th house of horoscope, good or bad, but you run a risk to be a victim of robbery or fraud. Just be vigilant, please, okay? Because 3rd house is Gemini energies and Mercury is the ruler of this house, I mean traditional one, yeah? And it's all about trading in good sense, but robbing or deceiving people, about theft in bad sign. So when you have this position, please be vigilant. You might be a victim of fraud or some kind of theft, okay? Well, what else? Don't borrow or lend money to your relatives, okay? Just money questions supposed to be out of your contacts with the closest one. Why? Because this will bring crisis between you, okay? So you don't want shit relationship with your relatives, with your closest one, with your siblings, so just don't touch money question with them. You heard me. What else? You can see your enemies like on X-ray. This is good, yeah? Because you just read people's energies around. You read their intentions, their thoughts, just easily. This is one of the fantastic skill of Scorpio energies and of all the Scorpios. We just see people through, okay? What else in bad situation can be here? One of your closest people or two or whatever might pass away, excuse me, earlier than expected. So it might be your siblings, it might be people of your everyday contacts, your closest people basically, yeah? They might pass away earlier than everybody expects. Unfortunately, 8th house of horoscope might bring this into your life, yeah? What else? What about professional side? Because 3rd house of horoscope is our communication, our speech, how we're making contacts, how we are communicating to people, and this might be influencing your professional field really, really much, yeah? So you might find very productive for you if you work as a criminal journalist or you are detective like in the criminal department of police, or you might be working in politics or any business, big business with big money, because 8th house of horoscope is all about huge amount of money, like investments, banks, insurance company, etc., etc. So this sector is also there for you. Also, you will be always interested in occult and esoteric sciences. It's like a magnet for you, yeah? Because you know, 3rd house of horoscope, it's about learning what we want to learn, yeah? So this will show what kind of subjects will be really, really interesting for you, yeah? Okay, I think I said everything. If the ruler of the 3rd in 8th house of horoscope and with bad aspects from other planets, like from Pluto, Mars, or Uranus, my God, there will be, as I said, crisis in everyday communication, in everyday commuting also. Like every day, basically, all the time. So please start enjoying this, okay? Because it will be never easy for you just to talk about weather or whatever. You're not able to do this, okay? So it will be always going through some drama, conflicts, etc., okay? What else? Your secondary school years, your elementary school years, it might be like stamped in your brain that it was the hardest period of your life. Maybe, yes, you will have problematic period of this time. But if you start enjoying these energies, actually, you just don't have any other choice, because it will be trash everywhere, every day, yeah? Because you have signed for this. Nothing you can do about it. Just start enjoying this, okay? And start practice esoteric and occult sciences, because this will actually take this bad energy away from your everyday contacts. Things will be easier, you know. So if you know how to work with Pluto, with all the energies of 8th house of horoscope, Pluto is just like traditional ruler of the 8th house. If you just accept this and know how to work with these energies, actually it will be easier and easier and easier, okay? So things are not so bad actually, as it might seem first, yeah? Yes, I think I described pretty much everything. We are going to the ruler of the third in 9th house of horoscope. 9th house of horoscope, traditionally it's Sagittarius area, and it's all about teaching, preaching, philosophy, religious matters, foreign cultures, traveling abroad, widening your horizons. And yes, you might be third house, it's all what we are writing, reading, and pushed our analytical skills in use or whatever. So you might be writing even professionally on these topics: religion, faith, ideology, philosophy, all these topics, very serious topics, yeah? About people education, about values of cultural values, traditional values of different people around the world, etc. So these are very fundamental, very interesting topics. You might be writing professionally on this. Anyway, you will be always widening your horizons on all these topics, and you will try to be from the level of pupil, become a teacher, a preacher, a professor. So you're supposed to reach this level of being guru and teaching people about these values, philosophical questions, moral values of society, etc., etc. You're supposed to be a guru. That's the best scenario of this position, yeah? I know it might be not working in every natal chart, because we are just talking about one position, yeah, rule of the third in 9th house of horoscope, because there are so many energies we have to consider, yeah, in every natal chart, because, you know, things might be different, but it's just the best of scenario, yeah, of developing scenario. Also, you might communicate with foreigners a lot. Actually, everything, like every your trip abroad, every your contact abroad, everything is bringing something for your developing, for your learning. It's really enriching you. So please, try to travel a lot, try to communicate to people all around the world, try to learn as much as possible about their cultures, about their tradition, foreign languages. It will be so easy for you. So it's one of the very bright sign that you might be like a polyglot. You are learning not only one foreign language, it can be 2, 3, etc., etc. It's just getting so easy for you, yeah? And everything about foreign cultures, yeah? About their traditions, customs, etc., etc. It's just settling down in your brain so easily, as if you just like seed on the fertile ground, and everything is growing and developing quick. So all this knowledge about cultural background on every nature and foreign languages and foreign literature and foreign art, etc., etc., it's just like settling down so easy for you. So you must try to develop this till the level of you teaching, of you being a professor, of you being a guru on these subjects, okay? This is what you're supposed to focus on, okay? Well, what else? If we are talking about professional fields, I just said, yeah, international journalists, translator, religion teacher, preacher, philosophy teacher, so it's all yours, okay? You might actually immigrate abroad. You might choose to live in another country, not at the country where you were born. There is possibility of this scenario too. In minus, if ruler of the third in 9th house of horoscope in negative aspects with other planets, what might happen? You can't teach anything at all. So it's just you're not digging deep enough, you're not concentrating enough, you're not able to learn something really profoundly in order to be able to teach, to preach, or whatsoever, yeah? So it's like being infantile, okay? You are not going deep enough to become a teacher, to become a guru. So you can't teach others anything at all. And actually you can't concentrate yourself on anything like being done, being sorted, or whatsoever. You are just getting lazy. You are always in your dreams. You can't concentrate on anything productive or whatsoever. So just like chaos in your head, in your thoughts, in your learning, in your you can't focus on anything serious. You're like being a child. You're like being some lazy person who can't do anything productive, basically. And you are draining your energy on useless, just like mind wandering, but not going into deep learning on any subject at all. This is pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Please stay with me, learn astrology with me. As I repeat again and again, this is a powerful instrument to understand the energies around you, inside you, accept them, and learn how to rule them. So basically, you're like a magician. You are ruling energies around with the knowledge of astrology. And me, Marina Magra, I'm astrology, and I'm teaching you to do so, okay? If you need professional consultation on any subject, it can be your natal chart, your strength, your talents, where the doors are open, or your prognostics, so what is going to happen like next month, next 6 months, next year, or whatsoever. If you are planning big things like moving house, getting married, conceiving child, opening your business, immigrating, or whatever, so big things, so it's better to consult astrology as well, yeah? Because astrology will tell you what will be the obstacles, or when to start, where the doors are all open, and you can just use all these energies in order to make a big step forward. Anything. Or you need a consultation about how developing your child, what are your child talents, and where he or she will get the maximum of your talents blossoming, so to say, where the doors are opening. Or about how you are compatible with your potential partner before getting married. This is very important question, because astrology will tell you immediately where might be a little bit tension and how to work on this, okay? Will you be able at all to live under the same roof? Maybe now when you're boyfriend, girlfriend and not living together, everything seems so bright and beautiful, etc. When people are starting to live under the same roof, things might be absolutely different if your moons are in opposition, because moon is responsible for nestling, etc., for nesting. So, if you need professional consultation, all my details underneath this video. Stay with me, give me a like, if you're kind enough and you're grateful for my work. If not, not. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now, and good luck.